Hey everyone, and today we are talking about the Marvel Legends Haslab Giant-Man. Here we have Giant-Man out of his packaging, and he poses quite the challenge because he is around 2 feet tall. I can't remember if he is exactly 22 or 24 inches, but he is massive. He is too big for my review station. Before we get into Giant-Man proper, though, let's go ahead and take a look at his accessories. He does come out of the package with some zombie, with some spooky antenna, and with some white antenna. Alright, so Giant-Man also comes with several swappable faceplates, and like everyone else, I was not lucky. I did get 2 sets of the looking off to the side eyes. You can see that right here. And they do, one complaint I do have is that they come out of the faceplates rather easily. And here, I'm having a time trying to adjust my chair and my tripod for this. Anyway, and here is his angry face with the angry eyeballs. It does look very well done. Great sculpt, great paint. Once again, the eyes come out. And here is probably my least favorite of the heads. It is just a zombie. It does look like the eyes are following you, which is pretty cool. Just zombie head. Adequately done, just a face that I probably won't use often at all. Here is Giant-Man with his neutral expression face, and of course the antenna do just plug in. They're easy to pop in and out. Nothing to it. Once again, face sculpt and the eye printing is wonderful. I just wish I had gotten the right set of eyes. It is a big deal, but it's not a big deal. It doesn't lessen my love of this figure, if that makes sense. But I did contact Hasbro Consumer Care, and I should hopefully have replacement eyes within the end of the year. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the detailing on this. Focus camera too. Everything on him looks fantastic here. One thing that is interesting, like Galactus, he does not have a ball peg. It is a rectangle joint. I'll show you guys before I put this head back on. And since we already have him out, let's go ahead and show you how to take the head out. I do really love these eyes. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip this bad boy like this. And you're going to unclip here, unclip here. And this might be a little bit hard to do on camera, but you're going to kind of nestle this out. It is tough to do. Not tough, but it takes a little bit more effort than I thought it would. And there is what he looks like. He's got a weird shaped head, and the faceplates just pop on. And then you can pop another one on. Off and on. Nothing to it. If I can get the eyes to stay there, there we go. Angry Hank McCoy. Right there. And you just put it on like so. Sorry, you should probably put the eyes in first. And it just pops in. Come back down here. You're gonna connect. You're gonna connect. And you have Giant-Man head. Angry Giant-Man head. Get him into focus. Before we go any further with more of the figure, let's go ahead and do some size comparisons. Here is the Haslab Giant-Man next to the 12-inch Adaptoid and the 6-inch Ant-Man. I have to keep moving farther and farther back to do this review. He is so big. And you know what? Let's go ahead and put him right next to Galactus as well. Here he is next to the mighty Galactus, and of course, I have to scoot back some more to get these guys in shot. Good problems to have. Let's go ahead and go back here, focus a little bit. And I gotta say, I'm really glad they did not do HasLab this year. Instead, they're doing their made-to-order program. But having these guys next to each other is phenomenal. They're both great centerpieces for display. That said, I don't know if I can do many more large action figures from Hasbro. They'll get me for Fin Fang Foom at some point, and by some stroke of luck, if they ever do a Ultimo, Iron Man villain Ultimo, I will be in. But this This is good. I might be done with these two and Fin Fang Foom. Scooting in, taking a closer look at Giant-Man, we are going to kind of break him down piece by piece here. We have already taken a look at the head, but just to check articulation real quick while we're here. He does look down that much. He looks up that much. So not going to be very many action figures that he has to look up to. Does he have tilt? Not a bad amount. And then for shoulder articulation, he gets a nice T joint there. His butterflies work very well, better than some regular 6-inch action figures. He does have bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows. He has a diaphragm joint, which gets good range, and he does have that inverted ab crunch, which means he's going to get into some good articulated poses here. I'll go back over this whenever I back up a little bit. First world problems, am I right? From the waist down, Dr. Henry Pym has ratcheted joints that do scare me. That's about as far as I'm going to take him out. He does kick up a good amount. Oh, goodness. The hips and the hands scare me just a little bit. Alright, his knees, double jointed. I just whacked the camera. Double jointed. And then the feet. He does have ankle pivot. And while we're looking at this, just look at, the sculpt is there. You see stitch lines. You see the texture, you see wrinkles. It's really what paint and sculpting, once again, great. And he does have boot, toe, he does have a toe joint. He is impressive. So I said that we would take a look at the hands by themselves. And here's the problem. So hands, it is kind of a traditional joint. For the most part, you do get this, you do get that. But his fingers are individually articulated. One thing to note, I did heat everything about this guy up. I heated every section of him up before I started really messing with him. A lot of people having trouble with the fingers that are very stiff. Mine is no different. They do eventually bend in on each other. But if for some reason you don't have your Giant-Man yet, just be careful with them. There's especially the middle fingers, I've had the most problems with. And Biscuit is here to join us. But some hot water, a heat gun, hair dryer should all help. There we go. He doesn't quite hit a fist hand very well. You can kind of get the fingers in there for it, but it's a lot of work for not much reward. But can he hold an action figure in his hand? Let's find out. Alright, so you guys are going to watch me and Biscuit. Biscuit's here to help. You guys are going to watch me put an Ultron in his hand. Here you go. I've kind of unfurled his fingers a little bit. Just get him right here. Put the thumb there. You know, actually, I think this is going to work out. Biscuit, please. She wants attention. There we go. Yeah, and he's holding him. No problems whatsoever. Go ahead and rotate him. Yeah. So, your Giant-Man can beat up some Ultrons. Not bad at all. Alright, we're going to take a look at Giant-Man from the back here. He did just fall, but man, I tell you, this figure is... I mean, for $200, he better be good, right? Alright, guys, so I'm sorry, the review's a little bit janky. Kind of doing with what we can work here. And one thing I also forgot to mention while I was doing this, you know, everything's painted well on this guy. I love the straps on the torso. They do move with the figure. They stay pretty well. It's really well done. Coming in at $200, he was a Haslab. So now if you want him, you're going to have to pay, you know, whatever the secondary market prices are. Do I regret buying Giant-Man? Absolutely not. For $200, $228, I think, after shipping and taxes and everything. I think he's a great figure. He's welcome to the collection. I can't wait to find a spot for him. And he's just a lot of fun. I can't wait to get some photos with this guy. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. He failed.